On the comeback in the week. How's your team, your squad looking injury-wise since then?
It was a great effort and great atmosphere towards the end, of course, and another one of the great Champions League nights at Old Trafford. Great comeback, which will bring some knocks and bruises. So, which normally you would expect. It's still just Friday, so games on Sunday. Hopefully, we'll give everyone time. We might have the whole squad back fit. We might be 2 or 3 players down. Today we weren't everyone, but let's see Sunday.
Liverpool are in tremendous form at the moment. Taking the second half from midweek, how many levels do you need to go up defensively to match Liverpool, and offensively? Will that sort of be enough?
You know, a performance needs to consist of 90 plus minutes of attacking and defending, and definitely when you play against a team at the level of Liverpool at the moment, they're on a great run of form. Some individual skills that you cannot almost defend against. But as a team, we have to be compact, we have to be aggressive, we have to go out there and give every single drop of nous, knowledge, strong mindset, physical energy. It's gonna take everything to get results against the best teams in Europe and the world, and Liverpool are one of them at the moment. They're one of the teams that we're chasing, and we're trying to chase because what they've done the last 4 years is something that we're striving towards, and of course go past them. We ended up above them last season. They had a very bad spell of injuries, so now they're back to the best.
David McDonald.
Ole, Jurgen Klopp's been talking this morning about Salah and Ronaldo, comparing them. He's saying that Salah's got a better left foot, Ronaldo's got a better right foot, but they're both world class. I mean, there's a lot of talk about Salah being the best player in the world on current form. Would you subscribe to that, or would you feel Ronaldo still has the edge in terms of the impact he can have?
You know, I'll always back Cristiano in any competition. He's unique, and his goal scoring record has been fantastic, and he keeps on scoring. But that's being said, Salah is at the moment on fire, and you see some of the goals he's scored lately. We know we have to be at our best to defend against him. You know, players like this, they don't come around very often, and we've got to enjoy them when we watch them from afar. Not on Sunday, that's too close for me. So we've got to do a good job, not just against him. You know, I'm a big admirer of the front line that they've had for many years now with Mane and Firmino. Maybe Jota will play, who knows? But they are players that you have to focus on and you've got to be nailed on for 95 minutes to keep a clean sheet.
Ben Ransom.
Good afternoon, Ole. Just go back to injuries. Suggestion that Bruno Fernandes might be carrying a bit of a knock after the Atalanta game. Can you tell us whether he's going to be fit, and what a potential loss he would be if not?
I think, you know, games like Wednesday night, they're always going to bring knocks and bruises. And yeah, we do have 2 or 3 that carry knocks from that game. I'll give everyone time. I hope that I can pick from a fully fit squad. It might be that I'm without 2 or 3. And yes, Bruno might be one of them that might be a doubt, but he's doing everything he can to be ready.
Samuel Luckhurst.
Just on that theme as well, Ole, Fred's been another important player for you over the years and some significant wins. I know he came off with an apparent injury the other night, but why is it, do you think, that in certain games, like against PSG or Manchester City and Liverpool to a lesser extent, that he can be so important to the team? Is it the balance he provides? He seemed to play well and have a difference the other night against Atalanta.
Fred is a very good player. You know, he's a regular for Brazil, which is in itself a mark of quality. He's got an exceptional personality and attitude to football. Such a big smile, and at present moment, obviously, I can't say if he's going to be fit or not, but he'll give everything he can to be there for us. And he's sharp, he's nimble, he gets to players, he tackles, he's never afraid. So the development he's made in the 2.5, almost 3 years I've been here now has been great to watch, and that just, it showed for me when he got injured at the end of last season, and it was supposed to be a 6 to 8 week injury, and he was back the day before the Europa League final, and he was fit. He'd fully joined the training session. We had to strap him up for the game, but if I'd known before, maybe I would have played him. Maybe we would have, but he would have put his hand up and sacrificed himself for the team. That's for sure.
Simon Stone.
Hi, Ollie. There can't be anybody who's not had an opinion about you, like, for months now. Steve Bruce put a very interesting interview out the other day after he'd left Newcastle, talking about the pressure and the criticism. How do you deal with that as a human being?
Well, I think we all have our own ways of dealing with criticism, but we're in a high-profile position, and you're always going to get good comments, bad comments. You cannot let yourself be too affected. I think it might affect, as maybe Steve alluded to as well, it might be affecting others around you more than yourself, which then probably at the end filters through to you. So, but we know that we are, as I said, high profile, and performances, sometimes they're not really bad or really good, but the result decides the narrative on what people would like to think about you. I enjoy managing. I enjoy this life. I don't think any of us would be in this occupation if we didn't believe in ourselves, have a strong mindset, but also loved what we're doing.
Dave Heitner.
Hi, Ollie.
Hi.
You've been involved in numerous late comeback results as a United player, now as a United manager. Can you just try and quantify the effects that can have on the belief of a team? I mean, can you even quantify it? Can you try and put it into words?
It's something that we have done plenty of times here at the club. It's in our DNA. It's never give in. The Sir Alex's documentary. That's what our fans expect from us, to give everything you have, give your best all the time. And if you do that with the quality that the players have here, you can win games. You can even sometimes lose games, but you come out of it having given everything, and we know that, yeah, that's a team out there. And I saw a team in the first half as well, giving everything for each other. Yeah, we needed half time against Atalanta to maybe, push that belief a little bit more, to keep on believing what we're doing. And hopefully it's the end of a bad period for us, a bad spell. You know, teams always go through bad spells, and good teams come together. And if that was the start of something big, that's what we hope. And for me, the focus and determination in the lads have been really, really good since the bad performance we had against Leicester.
James Savundra.
Ollie, just going back to last season and the matches against the so-called Big Six, I think there was only 2 victories in that game. There were 5 draws, 3 of them goalless draws. I just wonder what you learnt from those matches and how you'll look to approach these types of games now, because you've got 3 coming up in a short period of time.
What's the big six? That's the thing, you know. Big six that's just a made up band of brothers, if you like. That's every game in this league is so important, is so difficult, and we have absolutely no right to go onto the pitch against any team in the Premier League thinking that we can give less than our best to win a game. You know, we've not won the league in the last 3 or 4 years. Maybe you can understand sometimes Liverpool or City, who've been so dominant in the last few years, to walk onto the pitch and think quality in itself is enough. We have a team of players that we know that we have to keep on developing, keep on improving. But back to the games that you were talking about, we had loads of clean sheets. And there's been lots of talk about clean sheets for us lately, that the lack of clean sheets, and that's a big thing for us, that we're solid and difficult to play against.
Paul Hurst.
Ollie, despite the lack of clean sheets, David's having a really good season in goal. Do you think we're seeing the kind of the best of him now, and where do you think he ranks compared to, you know, the best goalkeepers in the world at the moment?
David is up there for sure. You know, we'll play against one on Sunday as well. Alisson is one of the top ones as well, to be fair. And but I've seen the mindset, how focused and determined David has been since he came back in early. He's got his tail up again, and it's an enjoy to work with. And you know, keepers like that, they sometimes dig out big saves to win you games, and he has done. He did against Villarreal, he did against Atalanta, and for all the goals we score, he has played really, really well.
We'll go to the last 2 questions. The first to Neil Custis and the last one to Per Carlson.
Ollie, is it just a fact that this game, home to Liverpool, it simply means more if you win it, and it means a lot more if you lose it, for the fans particularly?
It's a fact that the history between the clubs, the rivalry, all the trophies that these two teams have won, it's a massive game, and the local rivalry. And I always say, every time you're a Man United player, being given the privilege, honour, responsibility to wear the shirt and step out onto that pitch, onto Old Trafford against Liverpool, you give everything you have, and we know that these games don't need any bigging up. It's a massive game.
Would you agree that if you have a first half defensively like you did on Wednesday, there won't be any coming back against this Liverpool team because it's of such a high standard?
You can't give him chances. We gave Atalanta 2 and they scored 2. If you give Liverpool 2, they'll score 2. So, but in football, you know, teams are going to create chances. That's just the nature of the game. I do not agree with everyone when you say we were really, really bad and really open against Atalanta. They were really clinical, but also so will Liverpool. They will be. So we cannot give them any inch, any centimetre, anything in our box. That's for sure.
Last one for Per Carlson.
Yes, Ole.
Hey, Per.
So with a win against Liverpool on Sunday, you'll only be 1 point behind them, while a loss could potentially send you 7 points behind Liverpool and 8 points behind Chelsea. With those numbers in mind, is this a do or die game for Man United in terms of being title contenders?
Every time you play for Man United, you play for 3 points. Of course, it's to be 7 points behind is going to be a big distance. 1 point between, it's close, but we're so early in the season. Every game matters just as much. We saw last season that every team goes through a bad spell, and this early you can't talk about title contending or anything. We are chasing them. Liverpool are one of the teams that we are trying to catch up on the last 4 years. We've had too many points to catch up on them. Even though last season we were ahead of them because of maybe their bad injuries and lots of bad luck with injuries, we still know that we have to improve to get up to their level what they've been the last 4 years.